Welcome students to today's video. My name is AJ, this is Mitchell, he is an African elephant, and today we are talking about how to keep your cool in the heat of an argument. What you got for us, Mitch?
I got a couple things, First off, you got to start by listening to them.
Genuinely.
Listen, just listen. Because whatever they're saying, even if they might be wrong, they have a background, and they're not just talking just to talk. They might be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get an argument.
Probably not.
But usually they're coming from somewhere that actually you might sway your view, It might sway your view.
Exactly. You if you're just like tuning them out, then even if they are wrong, you can't. I don't want to say this, but you can't like use it against them. Like you got to hear where they're coming from, because then you can hear the flaws in it and you can hear the truths in it.
And then they'll understand what you're trying to say too. If you understand, it's almost like when your 7th grade English teacher told you to do it, you always got to put your counterclaim in there.
Exactly. Because if you don't know what they're
your own argument.
Yeah, if you don't know what they're arguing for, then you don't really know what you're arguing against.
Exactly.
Like you have to know their point of view.
All right, my next point is to take a deep breath. So many times I've gotten into an argument where if I would have just stopped, taken a deep breath, and realized what I was saying, then it would have gone completely different. No one's feelings would get hurt. You would be able to have a calm conversation with them. It wouldn't be screaming thoughts back and forth.
Yeah.
And you would really be able to get that point across that you're trying to, put across.
Because when you take a second and you take a deep breath, it calms you down, it calms them down, and it lowers your voices. This is a big thing. This is what happens in an argument. Like you'll say one thing, then they'll say another thing, and then you say another thing louder, and then they say another thing louder, and then you're just yelling at each other. If right before you started yelling at each other, you stopped and took a deep breath and just stated your side calmly, the difference it would make in that argument.
It's astounding.
It
really is. The next thing is to really just pick your battles.
This is big.
We all have that friend that you are always arguing with, no matter what it is. And what I'm telling you now is just pick your battles.
Yeah. Because
he could have stole your sandwich and you got mad, and you could argue about that. But really, does that matter? Is it worth losing a friend over? So pick your battles.
Because if you're always arguing with them, then when a big thing comes up, then what you're saying has even less value.
Less
to them.
resonance, exactly.
But if you're like if you let some of the little things go every once in a while, and you're not just always constantly on top of them, arguing with them like every single thing you say, then like when you actually do argue with them about something, they're more willing to listen because you're more accepted.
You're more respected.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And the very last one. This is huge. This is something that everybody struggles with. It's not being afraid to admit that you're wrong.
You could be wrong.
Listen, straight up. There's a chance. There's literally a 50% chance that you're going to be wrong.
And sometimes you're going to be wrong. And you are wrong. But you gotta be able to admit it to that other person. Like, hey, I see what you're saying. It makes sense to me. I was wrong. I'll listen to you next time.
Because when you do that, then when you admit that you're wrong, you like release this tension between you. You don't destroy your relationship. And the next time you're in another argument and you're right, they're more willing to say that they were wrong.
Exactly.
Because then you have that friendship where it's just like, sometimes I'm going to be wrong, sometimes they're going to be wrong. But we're going to get through it and we're going to figure it out.
We're going to do this together.
Together forever.
As one.
Exactly. All right, so there you have it, students. Talk about this with your mentor or your student group. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.